All right, imagine you're a kid again. You know, that adventurous spirit is burning bright, and you're dreaming of discovering a lost city. Not just any city, but one hidden for centuries. A place whispered about in legends, almost like a testament to a vanished civilization.
The kind of daydream that really sparks the imagination, makes you yearn for the unknown.
Exactly. And you know what? That daydream is a reality. That's what we're talking about today. We're diving deep into Machu Picchu, that iconic city, nestled high in the Peruvian Andes.
A city that continues to captivate us with its beauty, its architectural genius, and those enduring mysteries that just surround it.
And we're going to explore everything from its so-called discovery by Hiram Bingham in 1911 to the fascinating details of the Inca Empire itself.
And as we dig deeper, we'll uncover evidence that challenges that traditional narrative, revealing a history far more complex and intriguing than we might initially imagine.
Think about it. For centuries, this incredible city remained hidden from the outside world, swallowed by the jungle, shrouded in mist, almost as if it were deliberately trying to protect its secrets.
It begs the question, what was the true purpose of Machu Picchu? Was it a royal retreat, a religious sanctuary, a strategic stronghold, or perhaps a combination of all these things?
That's what we're here to uncover.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's rewind back to 1911 and meet the man who brought Machu Picchu to the world's attention, Hiram Bingham.
Now, Bingham was a fascinating character, a Yale historian, an explorer, and let's face it, a bit of an adventurer at heart.
He had this yearning for discovery, this drive to uncover lost worlds, much like those explorers we read about in our youth.
And his journey to Machu Picchu, it wasn't just a simple stroll through the park, no. It involved traversing rugged terrain, navigating dense jungle, and relying on local guides who possessed invaluable knowledge of the region.
It makes you wonder what was going through his mind as he followed those ancient trails, knowing he was venturing into uncharted territory, getting closer and closer to a place that had been lost to time.
Imagine that moment when he finally crested that ridge and laid eyes on Machu Picchu for the first time, a city carved into the mountainside, a symphony of stone and sky, a testament to the Incas' mastery of architecture and engineering.
It must have been breathtaking, even more so when you consider that he wasn't entirely sure what he was looking at.
That's right. Bingham initially thought he'd stumbled upon Vilcabamba, the legendary last refuge of the Inca Empire. But as he explored further, he realized that Machu Picchu was something entirely different.
And that's where it gets really interesting, because this mismatch between expectation and reality opened up a whole new set of questions about the Inca civilization and the true purpose of this remarkable site.
It challenged Bingham's assumptions and pushed him to dig deeper, to re-examine the historical records, and to consider alternative interpretations of what he was seeing.
This wasn't just about finding a lost city. It was about unraveling a mystery, about piecing together a puzzle that had been scattered across centuries.
And that's what makes Machu Picchu so captivating. It's not just a collection of ruins, it's a portal to the past, a window into a world that vanished long ago, a place that challenges us to reconsider our understanding of history and the incredible achievements of civilizations that came before us.
Let's talk more about Bingham. This guy wasn't your typical armchair academic. He had this missionary upbringing, which really instilled in him a sense of purpose and a desire to make a mark on the world. But he also had this adventurous spirit, inspired by figures like Theodore Roosevelt, who really embodied that rugged, exploration-driven ethos of the early 20th century.
It's almost as if those two sides of his personality, the scholar and the adventurer, converged perfectly in his pursuit of Machu Picchu.
He wasn't just content with reading about lost cities and dusty old books. He wanted to experience them firsthand, to feel the weight of history beneath his boots, to unravel the secrets hidden within those ancient walls.
And that drive led him to Peru in 1911, following rumors and fragmentary accounts of a lost city hidden somewhere in the Andes.
Now, his expedition wasn't some grand Hollywood-style adventure. With a massive team and tons of equipment, it was more of a shoestring operation, relying heavily on local knowledge and a fair bit of grit.
He had to navigate challenging terrain, deal with unpredictable weather, and overcome logistical hurdles that would have made even the most seasoned explorer question their sanity.
But that's what sets Bingham apart. He had this tenacity, this refusal to give up, even when the odds seemed stacked against him. And that determination ultimately paid off when he reached Machu Picchu.
But as we'll see, Bingham's discovery is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a much deeper story here, one that involves intrigue, conflicting accounts, and a reassessment of how we view the history of exploration and cultural heritage.
When we think about these early 20th century explorers, it's easy to picture them as lone wolves, forging their own paths and claiming discoveries as their own.
But the reality is far more nuanced. Exploration, especially in places like the Andes, was never a solitary endeavor.
Exactly. Bingham relied heavily on a knowledge and guidance of local people, individuals who had lived in these regions for generations, who knew the terrain, the trails, the stories passed down through their families.
It makes you wonder, did those locals already know about Machu Picchu? Was it a place they held sacred? A place they visited? Or even lived near?
These are questions we need to grapple with as we reassess the narrative of discovery. Who truly owns history? And how do we acknowledge the contributions of those whose voices often go unheard?
It's a crucial point, especially when we consider the impact of Bingham's work. His publications and photographs, particularly those featured in National Geographic, sparked a global fascination with Machu Picchu.
And that fascination had a ripple effect. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the action. More expeditions were launched, researchers flocked to the site, and the Peruvian government faced growing pressure to manage this influx of interest and ensure the protection of their cultural heritage.
Bingham's work, while groundbreaking, inadvertently opened the door to potential exploitation and the removal of artifacts from their original context.
And that's where things get even more complicated. Remember those documents I mentioned earlier, the ones discovered in 1978? Well, they shed a whole new light on the history of Machu Picchu.
Absolutely. These documents revealed that a German prospector named Augusto Burns had been operating in the area decades before Bingham arrived.
And not just operating, but potentially looting the site with the permission of the Peruvian government.
It challenges the whole notion of Bingham as the sole discoverer and raises uncomfortable questions about the ethics of early exploration and the role of governments in safeguarding their cultural treasures.
We're talking about maps, company records, even letters detailing Burns's plans to raid Inca tombs.
It paints a rather unsettling picture, doesn't it? It suggests that Machu Picchu wasn't exactly a pristine, untouched paradise when Bingham arrived. It had already been subjected to a level of exploitation and disturbance.
And it forces us to reconsider Bingham's actions. Did he knowingly downplay Burns's involvement to bolster his own claims? Or was he genuinely unaware of the extent of previous activity at the site?
These are questions that historians continue to debate. And while we may never have definitive answers, it's crucial to acknowledge the complexity of the situation and avoid simplistic narratives that ignore the contributions and potential misdeeds of others.
It's like we're peeling back layers of an onion. With each layer, we gain a deeper, but also more intricate understanding of the past.
And that's the beauty of historical inquiry. It's not about arriving at a single definitive truth. It's about embracing the ambiguity, the conflicting accounts, and the constant process of reinterpretation as new evidence emerges.
Okay, so we've talked about Bingham. We've touched on the controversy surrounding Burns. But let's not lose sight of the main attraction here, Machu Picchu itself.
This city, crafted from stone, nestled amidst the cloud forests, a testament to the ingenuity and artistic vision of the Inca people.
And this is where the real mystery lies. Even today, archaeologists and historians are debating the true purpose of Machu Picchu. Was it a royal estate for Pachacuti, as Bingham initially believed?
It's certainly a plausible theory. The site's grandeur, its sophisticated architecture, the presence of structures that seem designed for elite living, it all points to a place of significant importance within the Inca world.
But some scholars argue that Machu Picchu served a more spiritual purpose. They point to features like the Intihuatana, that intricately carved stone structure, believed to have been used for astronomical observations.
And let's not forget the Temple of the Sun, with its precisely aligned windows that capture the solstices and equinoxes, marking key moments in the Inca agricultural calendar.
It suggests a deep connection to the cosmos, a reverence for the celestial cycles that govern their lives.
Exactly. And it hints at a level of astronomical knowledge that continues to impress us today.
We can't overlook the city's remarkable engineering feats either. The Inca constructed Machu Picchu without the use of wheeled vehicles or iron tools. They relied on human labor, ingenuity, and a deep understanding of their environment.
Imagine hauling those massive stones up the mountainside, shaping them with precision, fitting them together without any mortar, creating structures that have withstood the test of time.
It's mind-boggling. And then there's the intricate water management system, the network of channels and fountains that brought fresh water to the city, even during the dry season.
It speaks to a level of sophistication that we're only beginning to fully appreciate. The Inca were masters of their environment, able to harness its resources and create a sustainable urban center that thrived in this challenging landscape.
It makes you wonder, what else don't we know about Machu Picchu? What secrets lie hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered?
And that's the exciting part. As archaeologists continue to excavate and study the site, as new technologies emerge, we're constantly gaining new insights into the Inca civilization and the mysteries of Machu Picchu.
So let's shift gears a bit and talk about the Inca themselves. Who were these people who built this incredible city? What drove them? What were their beliefs?
The Inca were a remarkable civilization. They emerged in the Andes in the 13th century and went on to build the largest empire in pre-Columbian America.
And they did it all without the wheel, without iron tools, without a written language as we know it. It's astounding.
They had a complex social structure, a sophisticated system of governance, and a deep spiritual connection to their environment.
And at the heart of their worldview was the concept of reciprocity. They believed in a balance between the human world and the natural world, a balance that needed to be maintained through rituals, offerings, and a harmonious relationship with the land.
And that belief is reflected in their architecture, their agricultural practices, and even their social interactions. They saw themselves as part of a larger web of life, interconnected with the mountains, the rivers, the plants, and the animals.
It's a perspective that we could learn a lot from today.
Absolutely. The Inca understood the importance of sustainability, of living in balance with nature, long before it became a buzzword.
And their achievements are a testament to what can be accomplished when human ingenuity and a deep respect for the natural world come together.
So, as we continue to delve into the mysteries of Machu Picchu, let's keep in mind the people who created it, the Inca, a civilization that continues to inspire awe and wonder, even centuries after its demise.
Their story is one of resilience, innovation, and a deep connection to their environment, a story that has lessons for us all.
And as we explore the intricacies of their culture, their beliefs, and their accomplishments, we gain a deeper appreciation for the richness and diversity of human history and the enduring legacy of civilizations that have come before us.
It's funny, we often view ancient civilizations through a rather static lens. We see their ruins, their artifacts, and we try to piece together their lives. But it's easy to forget that they were living, breathing people just like us, with hopes and dreams and anxieties.
Absolutely. They weren't just names in a history book, they were individuals, navigating the complexities of their world, making decisions that shaped the course of their civilization.
And speaking of decisions, I keep coming back to Pachacuti, the Inca ruler who supposedly commissioned the building of Machu Picchu. What do you think was going through his mind? When he envisioned this city in the clouds, what was his ultimate goal?
That's a question that has fascinated historians for decades. We can analyze the architecture, study the artifacts, but ultimately, we're trying to peer into the mind of a man who lived centuries ago in a culture vastly different from our own.
It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces.
Exactly. But we can look for clues. For example, we know that the Inca had a deep reverence for mountains. They saw them as sacred, as the abode of powerful spirits.
So building a city on top of a mountain, almost touching the sky, would have been a pretty powerful statement, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. It suggests a desire to connect with the divine, to establish a link between the earthly realm and the celestial sphere.
And remember how we talked about the Incas' emphasis on balance and reciprocity?
Yes, that concept permeated their entire worldview.
Well, maybe Machu Picchu was a way for Pachacuti to demonstrate that balance. The city's meticulous design, its integration into the landscape, its sophisticated water management system, it all points to a harmonious relationship between humans and nature.
It's like they were saying, look, we can build a thriving city without disrupting the natural order. We can live in harmony with the mountains, the rivers, the spirits that dwell within them.
It's a powerful message, especially when you consider the environmental challenges we face today.
Absolutely. The Inca understood the importance of sustainability long before it became a trendy concept.
But let's not forget the political implications either. Pachacuti was a shrewd ruler, a skilled diplomat, and a brilliant military strategist. He transformed the Inca from a small tribe into a vast empire.
And that empire wasn't built solely through military might. The Inca were masters of incorporating diverse cultures into their fold, often through diplomacy and strategic alliances.
So maybe Machu Picchu was also a way for Pachacuti to solidify his power, to showcase the Inca's achievements, to impress potential allies, and intimidate rivals.
It's like a giant billboard saying, look at what we're capable of. We are the masters of this land, and our power is undeniable.
It's fascinating how a single site can hold so many layers of meaning, so many possible interpretations.
And that's what makes Machu Picchu so compelling. It's not just a collection of ruins, it's a portal to the past, a window into a world that vanished long ago, a place that challenges us to reconsider our understanding of history and the incredible achievements of civilizations that came before us.
I love how you put that, a portal to the past,
Yeah.
because when you stand amidst those ruins, you can almost feel the presence of the Inca, sense their energy, hear the echoes of their lives.
It's a humbling experience, isn't it? It makes you realize that we're part of a much larger story, a story that spans millennia, a story that connects us to generations past and future.
And it makes you appreciate the fragility of civilizations. The Inca Empire, despite its power and grandeur, eventually crumbled. Their cities were abandoned, their temples fell into ruin, their stories faded into whispers.
But Machu Picchu endured. It survived the Spanish conquest, the ravages of time, the encroachment of the jungle.
It's almost as if it had a will of its own, a determination to preserve its secrets, to remind us of a civilization that once flourished in these mountains.
And thanks to Bingham, albeit with all the complexities and controversies surrounding his discovery, Machu Picchu has reemerged into the world's consciousness.
It's become a symbol of the Incas' ingenuity, a testament to their cultural achievements, a reminder of the enduring power of human creativity and resilience.
And as we stand in awe of its beauty, let's not forget the lessons it holds, lessons about sustainability, about the interconnectedness of all living things, about the importance of preserving our cultural heritage, about respecting the legacies of those who came before us.
Beautifully said. At the start of this deep dive, I was mainly captivated by the mysteries surrounding Machu Picchu's purpose. But now, I'm more intrigued by the Inca themselves, their ingenuity, their resilience, their deep connection to nature. It's inspiring.
That's the beauty of exploration, isn't it? It takes you on unexpected journeys, opens your mind to new possibilities, and challenges you to re-examine your assumptions.
And speaking of journeys, let's take a final step back and look at the bigger picture. Machu Picchu is more than just a breathtaking archaeological site. It's a symbol of a lost empire, a testament to human ingenuity, and a reminder that history is a complex tapestry woven with ambition, discovery, exploitation, and cultural clashes.
And as we marvel at its beauty and mystery, we're also challenged to consider whose stories get told, whose voices are amplified, and how our understanding of the past continues to evolve as we unearth new evidence and confront uncomfortable truth.
So, as we conclude our deep dive into Machu Picchu, here's a final thought for you to ponder. If you could travel back in time and visit Machu Picchu during its heyday, what would you be most curious to see or experience? What questions would you ask the Inca people?
It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? And remember, the journey of discovery doesn't end here. There's always more to learn, more perspectives to consider, and more mysteries to unravel. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep that spark of curiosity alive.
Beautifully said. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey to Machu Picchu. We'll catch you on our next deep dive.